Hello everybody, this is Brendan Strange here. Today is August 6, 2021, which happens to be the day of my birthday. And I decided for a special video, I'll be showing you everything of logging in my O-Scale collection. Alright, the first category we're going to is logging buildings. I only have two and one is on the layout. What you see here is a Lionel sawmill, and this sawmill I got about 5 or 6 years ago. It's a really nice piece and it will be useful when I do the logging loop in the future. Now the sawmill is actually functional. When you dump logs onto the right hand side, the sawmill takes the logs in it and boards come out of the left hand side. Now obviously the sawmill doesn't cut the boards. There's a mechanism in there that forces the logs to go in the back of the building so you can redo the process. This here is the last building. This is the Cripple Creek Lumber Mill. And as you can see with the front here, it has a wooden plaque. Has some really nice detailing on the roof and on the sides of the walls. And down here, you can see the lumber in there and some guys. This building is a little bit too big for the layout, so I have to make a layout extension if I want to put this building on the layout. Alright, so the second category we're going into is Lionel traditional rolling stock. What we have here is a Northern Pacific flat car with lumber loads. It's a really nice car, but my only issue with that is that these loads here are not real wood, they're plastic loads. Which I feel like Lionel probably could have done the real log load on here, but it still looks great nonetheless. Behind the Northern Pacific flat car is a Lionel Lines post-war flat car with lumber load on it. This is one of my favorite cars in my collection, not because it's post-war, but I love how it has the real lumber on it. All these pieces on this car here are real wood, which I think ups the detail on this car. Up next here is a Lionel Union Pacific logging dump car. It's a nice car. My only issue is that I do not like the color on this thing. I'm not a big fan of the yellow. The second to last car here is a Pennsylvania Power and Light Company coal dump car that I've turned into a logging dump car. This is my main logging dump car I use in all my logging trains normally. I love the black paint scheme it has, and I've had no problems with this car. Last in line is, I don't know what company this is from. If you guys know, tell me in the comment section below. But this is a Spokane, Portland, and Seattle boxcar, and as you can see inside, there's real lumber loads in it. This is really cool because there's not many Spokane, Portland, and Seattle stuff made nowadays. There's only like 3 or 4 steam engines made in O-Scale. Now we have some logging cars from Industrial Rail. These are two, they appear to be 19th century skeleton log cars. I got them in both colors, one in black and one in brown. Now the logs on these cars are from the MTH Rail King 19th century log cars, and I think they really fit these cars really well. Now we are going to go into MTH's logging items. Right here is a MTH Rail King 19th century logging tank car. This is the first logging tank car I've used by my logging trains until the custom one came along. It's a really nice car. I would like to custom paint it in the future because it looks very much like a logging tank car in my opinion. But I might get a second one of these and paint it up because this is an MTH 2007 Collectors Club edition. Right behind the tank car here is 6 of these. Yep, that's right, 6 of these MTH Rail King 19th century skeleton log cars. These are the skeleton log cars with those plastic logs on them. And as I said with the Industrial Rail log cars, I took the logs from these cars here and put them on the Industrial Rail ones. Because in my opinion, these 6 cars look better without the plastic logs in them, because when I do the logging loop in the future, I want to have some log cars with no logs on them that an engine can just pick up to them and go to the forest to collect logs. Now we're on to the third to last category, which is custom items. These are the two cars you've seen the most in my videos. This is of course the finished logging tank car here, and then behind it is the logging caboose. These are the prized possessions of my custom items that I've done. I've done a custom painted locomotive, but it does not look the best. These two look fantastic. Now, this goes behind my Shay. I would like to make a second logging tank car in the near future. Alright, up next is the Lionel Scale Logging Rolling Stock. What we have here is a 3-pack of the Pickering Lumber Company skeleton log cars. Now, if you see my unboxing video I did on these log cars and the Heisler, feel free to check it out. These are very nice cars because they came with the real wood on them. But I think when Lionel put the logs on the log cars, they're a little bit too small because I can tell that the chains are starting to fall off a little bit. But other than that, these are fantastically detailed cars. Up next is two Lionel Canadian Pacific skeleton log cars. These came out in the Lionel 2010 Signature Edition catalog, and this is around the time when Lionel started putting plastic logs on these log cars instead of real wood. As you can tell with these skeleton log cars, I decided to replace the plastic logs with the real wood on them, and it makes them look more realistic. Alright, what we have here is a Elk River Lumber Company skeleton log car. Now, unlike the other log cars, which their bodies are black colored, this one is a dark brown color, which totally sticks out to the other cars in my opinion. Right, the second to last pieces of rolling stock we have here is a 3-pack of the Elk River Coal and Lumber Company skeleton log cars. Now, I got these on eBay a while ago, and these came with the real logs, but they did not come with the chains for some reason. So I decided to take the chains from the MTH Rail King logging cars and put them on these log cars, and I must say they look fantastic. Now the last piece of logging rolling stock we have here is the second pack of the Elk River Coal and Lumber Company skeleton log cars I just got today. As you can see, these cars have chains on them, while the previous pack didn't, and as you can see with this pack, it also has different logs than the first pack. Now, the final category we're going to go into is logging locomotives that I have. Alright, what we have here is the Lionel Pickering Lumber Company Heisler that I got about a month or two ago. This is a fantastic engine. I love all the details on it. This engine has the opening boiler front, has an opening hatch on top of the cab, the water hatch opens on the tender, and even the toolbox opens. So this is a detailed model that I've never seen before. And almost everything on this engine is separately fitted. Now, the last logging item I have, which is currently not here right now, is my K-Line painted and lettered 2-truck Shay, which I have some pictures I'll show you right now, and I'll talk about it. So Shay number 4 ran for about 1 or 2 months, and then it developed a problem. The sounds and smoke didn't work, but the engine moved just fine. So I decided to send it to the repair shop to see what could be the problem, and unfortunately it's one of the 4 soundboards in the engine that got fried. So hopefully in the next couple weeks we will have Shay 4 back on the layout. Anyways, that's it for now. This is Brendan's Trains, signing off.